Welcome to Divas TV, labor and business television, where we bring new perspective to every story. We promote awareness on events in various sectors of the economy in Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. We celebrate global leaders and personalities that have risen against all odds, making tremendous strides in countless industries. With innovative, unbiased, cutting-edge stories and global events just for you. Don't miss our exclusive interviews with world leaders and entrepreneurs as they share their inspiring stories with the world. And be sure to catch our Labor Roundtable, highlighting views on labor issues. Be sure to also grab your Global Labor Events and Business magazine, a magazine you must have. So join us here on Divas TV. This is where great conversations begin.
All right, and welcome to another interesting episode of Exclusive Interview on Divas TV. My name remains Shirley Murphy. As always, Exclusive Interview is that program that is specially designed to celebrate personalities that has risen against all odds to become a voice and making great impact in their respective industries and sectors of the economy, both locally and internationally. This is where leaders set the tone for growth and provide solutions to various issues in their respective industries. This is where the conversation begins exclusively on Exclusive Interview. So join us as we take you on a journey with our special guests every episode of the show, where you'll be inspired, educated, and of course, informed. As always, as you're joining us, don't forget to like, share, and invite your friends and family members to join us. And I would also like to inform you that we are now streaming this broadcast live on YouTube. So the link is in the comment section. You can also join us there if that's your preferred platform. And today's episode of the show, I have a very phenomenal lady in the studio with me, and we'll be discussing on an interesting topic that concerns us as women. Of course, it concerns every one of us because this is about winning. The topic is helping women to win in all areas of life. Now, I know this is women, but we're going to cut across every area. Whether you're a man or a woman, this issue concerns you as well. Because we are out here to learn more on how we can all win in life. I want to win in all areas. I don't know about you, but I know this could be one of the prayer points you've been praying, asking God, please help me. I want to win. Oh Lord, how can I win in this? How can I win in that? Now is the time to learn how you can win. So don't go anywhere. All right, my guest is an expert in this industry. She is a leading professional with over 30 years of experience. She is the CEO of Winning in Life for Women Network, and of course, the founder and director of the Esther Gathering Conference, and also the CEO of Majestic Young Ladies. And she has unequivocally been a blessing to thousands through one of our programs called Being a Blessing Through Giving program. And she is also the host of the show Winning with Dr. Judy. So you see that she truly is an expert in this winning initiative. And I strongly believe that when you get to know her, that if you get close to her, there's no how you will leave her without also winning. So join me and let's go learn from her. As is often being said, you learn from those that know how. Follow who know road. As we say it here in Nigeria, follow who know road, so you don't get missing. So don't forget to get your notepad and pen so you can take notes, because there's going to be a lot to take from today's episode of the show. But before I bring up my guest, let's go on a break and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Today I'll be interviewing a great woman of God all the way from the Bahamas as she will be sharing her inspiring stories about her journey and how she is touching lives and helping people to transform their mindset to becoming successful in life. Now, I've given you, I would say, maybe one of the points. I don't know yet, something we get in there because I know changing your mindset is one of those things you have to do so you can win. Anyway, join me and let's know if that's going to be one of the points you'll mention. All right, so she has been doing this particularly for women and girls globally. I am talking about no other. Please join me because this woman, she is so big. So, no, would I use the word big now? No, she's so amazing. Let me use that. All right, join me as I welcome to the studio once again, Dr. Judy McIntosh-Smith.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
Fine, thank you, Ma. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
You're welcome. I'm
All
happy to
right.
be here.
Thank you, Ma. All right, so very quickly, Mom, can you tell us a bit more about yourself, your background, and how it led to what you're doing today, to who you are today,
Yes, absolutely. I'm a former educator with the Ministry of Education here in Nassau, Bahamas. That's where I am located in Nassau, Bahamas, the Bahamas, and I'm one of those persons. I've been really in ministry with my husband for almost 30 years. I've been in full-time ministry with him. So they are some of the things that I've done. I'm the wife of Dr. Xclusive Smith III, who is also the senior pastor of our church here in Nassau, the Bahamas. And I also have we have two children, Caitlin and Caleb. They are adult children. Um, let's see, I have two PhDs, one in Christian leadership and business, the other is in counseling. I have a Master of Arts degree in Christian education and a Bachelor's of Science degree in biology. I'm a certified leadership development coach. I'm a nutrition and wellness etiquette coach. I am also an advocate for women and girls, which I've been doing for many years, for over 30 years, really. I've been really advocating for women and girls and pushing for them to succeed in life. In fact, I've been also pushing for not just women and girls, but anybody to win in life, to soar higher and to be successful. I am an author. In fact, I've authored 23 books and a few journals. And like I said, I'm a coach. I do nutritional coaching. I'm a certified nutrition and wellness weight loss coach. And I also coach online business strategy. So, in a nutshell, that is who I am and some of the things that I do.
Wow, 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 wow. I told you this woman, she's so amazing. I don't want to use the word, big, like as in big and size. I know she's so amazing. And the list, I know she just, tried to reduce it. The list goes on and on. She's so
Yeah.
amazing. She has been doing a whole lot helping women and girls, and of course, helping everyone because, as a pastor, the message goes out to every human. So, well, thank you so very much for letting us into, who you are,
You're welcome.
on a larger scale, I would say. Okay,
Yeah.
so you've been helping women, you've been an advocate for women and girls all these years. Can you
hmm
share a little bit more about how you have been helping them to win?
Yes. Yes, I can. Actually, I started with women because, like I said, I was in education with our Ministry of Education here. And then my husband, he had gone to seminary, did his first degree. And then he wanted me to help in ministry. And so, of course, I started out in our ministry, our church, helping our women in different areas. And so I would create different things for them, from just having our regular meetings where I encouraged, where I provided tools and skills to help them during our regular meetings. And then I started having seminars and conferences for them, and of course, the wider community. But it really started in our church. And then that went on for a number of years where I was catering mainly to our church women. But God wanted me to spread out and to reach more women. And so after a number of years doing that, of course, our women always brought women from the outside, but God wanted me to extend even further. And so what I did, he asked me to have a conference outside of the church. And I was like, and he started to show me all of these women who would connect. And I was like, God, how am I going to do this? Because it was just so huge. I didn't know. And I remembered booking a hotel room, and I booked it at, I think it was 200 persons or something like that. And we did a registration, even though it was not a paid event. I wanted to do a registration ahead of time, and the registration was so big that I had to go and increase the numbers at the hotel and get a bigger room. And so that was God showing me that I've called you to this. I've called you to reach women. I've called you to stretch across borders and to go globally to reach women, to help them. And so we had that conference, Winning a Life for Women conference, I called it, and it just exploded from there. And so I believe that it is so important for us for me and for other women to connect and to help to strengthen each other, because I believe that iron sharpens iron. And one of the things that I really, really work on, and I am sure that, you would probably want me to talk about this later, but mindset is everything. And so that is one of the huge areas that I focus on. And so there are some of the things that I've been doing for women, lots more things. I do programs, other programs. Some of them are paid programs where women, they come in, they are empowered in different ways. I have a Facebook group with women where I go in and I train and I coach on a regular basis as well. And my paid programs, of course, um, nutritional health and weight loss. I always do something. Sometimes I'll do something free, but that is a paid program where women come in. I help them to learn about nutrition and learn how they can be better overall. Because sometimes, what I found, in fact, how I really, really got started pushing for women was because I did not like what I saw amongst our church women and amongst women in general. Because in the church, what I saw was women being willing to just shout, lift their hands, speak in tongues, that sort of thing. But beyond that, they were stagnant. They didn't know how to break free. They couldn't tap into anything else other than the spiritual. And I wanted them to be able to break past the spiritual. Yes, that is so very important, but there's so much more than just the spiritual. And so I was concerned, and I decided that I'm going on a mission to help women become girls, teenage girls become more than what they see, more than who they are, more than they could ever imagine.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing. 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 I celebrate you always, ma'am, for what you're doing, and particularly in this area where you're advocating for women to win,
Yes.
and of course for women to step out to become more, because
Hmm.
just like you rightly mentioned, women over the decades have really been backward, I would say, uh, faced with a lot of fears, a lot of struggles, so
Yes.
many things stopping them from becoming who God has actually, created them for. And,
Yes.
and just like you put it, women, we just want to be, at a particular place and say, this is where you're going to be, this is where you should remain, and nothing more.
Yes.
But these
Yes.
days, we thank God for people like you that are coming out to tell us, women, you're created for much more. There's a
Hmm.
lot that has been deposited in you. So why
Yes.
keeping it? Step out and
Hmm.
make greater impacts in your world. So thank you
Yes.
so very much. Thank you so very much for this amazing work that you're doing for women,
Yes.
particularly helping the younger generation, because like I say all the time, if we focus only on our generation or the older generation, what happens to the generations that is still coming, the younger generations, or even
Right.
the generations unborn?
Right.
Because they are the ones that will carry the banner, carry the flag, and continue from where the older generation stop. So thank you so very
Yes.
much, ma'am, for
You are
this which
welcome.
you're doing. So women out there, this woman is a woman that you need to watch out, because she is changing the narrative. She is impacting lives, particularly for us as women and girls
Yes.
around the world, not only in the Bahamas, is around the world. So thank you once again, ma'am. You are
Yes. You're
so
welcome.
amazing. Thank you once again. All
Yes.
right. um you have been doing this for all the years. And I know there must have been a lot, faced with women, because,
Yes.
when the way you say it makes it sound as if, it was just flowing like that, and no, nothing was stopping you. So now we've seen women who have been struggling to identify with what God has called them for to do, identify with their purpose. What approach do you think needs to be taken to help
Mhm.
this set of people, this set of women, I would say, to overcome their fears and step out? Because I know this is one thing you have been doing, because it's a great challenge, I must say, for us, for women that have been, struggling with identity,
Mhm.
struggling with purpose discovery. What do
Yes.
you think needs to be done differently? Because a lot has been done here and there. If you ask, coaches here and there, they will say, "Yeah, try to do this, try to do that, and it's not working." What a different approach do you think needs to be, used in order to help women overcome their fears and step up?
Well, what I think is very, very important is to um, really, really connect with women. A lot of times in smaller groups, a lot of times where they're not hiding, really reaching down to where they are and talking to them, showing them where they can be better. One of my books I wrote is Empowered Women. And that is really to show women that you are better than where you are. And so, what I do and how I reach women, like I say, I have a group where women can come in there, they can join the group. I talk, I get on lives, and I really deal with mindset. I deal with mindset. I feel that that is one of the areas, the first places where you need to reach out and help women. First, you need to get them somewhere where you can talk to them, where you can really open up everything and show them that, you know what, you do not have to stay there. And another book I wrote is Kingdom Divas. That is where I really talked to them. And then I did a DVD to encourage women. And so sometimes, during our conferences or in other arenas, sometimes I'll make some of my products free or really lower them so much that more persons can purchase them, because I want women to know that they can overcome any struggle, any obstacle, any hurdle, any wall can be broken down, the ceilings can be smashed. And so I bring them into groups, I bring them into seminars, I bring them into conference, different from just where you have the preaching. Okay, we need to train. I train, I coach, I teach, because I want women to know that, you know what, these are the steps that you need to take. Okay, it's okay to shout, it's okay to pray. We need to pray every day. But after you are finished praying, after you are finished shouting, then what? All right. And so I always ask that questions. What are the steps? What are your next steps, for you to overcome, to struggle? And so one of the first things I deal with is mindset. Everything that I do throughout all of my trainings, all of my coachings, everything, I start with mindset. Because what I have discovered is that a lot of people, a lot of women and girls are stuck because of where they are, because of their gender, because of what they've been told, because of how they've been raised, because of maybe the community they're in, the country they're in, all of that. And so you have to reteach, retrain, recoach, get people to understand that, you know what, what I know now, where I am now, I can be somewhere else later. And so I say to women through my Kingdom Divas book and journal, you know what? You can be an eagle. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to stay on the ground fluttering like a chicken. You don't have to bury your head and cry and die. You can be great. You can be greater. You can be successful. And I am here to push you. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to help you to soar to great success. And so through the trainings, through the coaching, through the teaching, through the seminars, through getting them into smaller groups, asking them, connect with me. Come on and connect with me, because I have some things that I want to share, because I want women to flap. I always say, flap your wings and fly. I don't want you to stay down there. I don't want you to stay in the coop like a chicken. I want you to be like an eagle, where you are flying, and not just flying, but flying and soaring high, high, high. And so one of the things that I've always had in my mind to do is to be an example. And that is why I have all the certifications I have all of the degrees that I have, because I wanted to be that example to show women that I'm not just saying it to you, I'm also doing it. I'm doing it myself. And so this is what I do. Another thing that I really teach women to do is to learn how to manifest. You have to decree. You have to declare some things. You have to set affirmations that you can really go to every day. And whatever it is you want, you can manifest. And that is why on my website, I have all of these things for persons who would want to visit my website. I have manifestation cards. If you want to manifest prosperity, you can. You know, when my son wanted to go to boarding school, we raised him and his sister that, you know what, whatever you want, you can pray, but you can manifest through declarations and through decrees, and of course through planting seeds. And we tell them this is what you should do. And so I've lived seeing my prayers and manifestations and decrees and affirmations come to pass. I've seen it for many years. It happens. And so I teach people how to do it. And so when my son wanted to go to boarding school, and I really didn't want him to go because he was young, but
Mhm.
because so many of his friends were going, he wanted to go. And so I
Mhm.
said, him and his dad said to him, me and his dad said to him, okay, well, you know how to pray, you know what to do. And I said, God, you know, I'm going to leave this to you. And God really had it in my heart that, you know what, he's going to be okay. And so
Mhm.
what we did, my husband did, he said, so that this boy doesn't think that we are ignoring him, let me just check on some schools in the
Mhm.
US. And so my husband checked on this particular school. It is a Christian school. It's a private school, a blue ribbon school. And so they said, wait a minute, we have to contact these people. And so they contacted us. They said, we really like what we're seeing with their son. And so they
Wow.
contacted us and they said, we want you to send us these things about your son. And there were questions that he had to answer, and everything went in. And then we got the call that this is just amazing. We need an interview with him. And so they set up the interview for a Tuesday
Mm.
that they wanted. And his dad and I decided that, okay, his dad would go in the interview with him. And I went in our bedroom and I was just in there praying and all of that. And so he was there. They were in the interview. And, you know, the Holy Spirit said to me, go out there and connect hands with your husband and say it's already done. And several
Hmm.
things, other things he said. And I said, but he's in the interview with our son. And so the Holy Spirit said, no, get up and do it. And when I walked out, right next to the room where the interview was, we have a sitting room. And so my
Mhm.
husband was sitting outside of the interview in this sitting area. And I said, what are you doing out here? I said, I thought you were in the interview. He said, no, the gentleman asked me to leave the room because they wanted to make sure that I was not coaching our son because they are so impressed. Now, to make a long story very short, it's been a little while talking about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So,
interesting.
so what happened was my son then was talking to the gentleman who was doing the interview, and I did what the Holy Spirit said. My husband and I prayed, and I went back in my bedroom. And about 10 minutes later, my husband came and he said, "You won't believe what happened." I said, "What?" He said, "They gave Caleb um, a full scholarship for 3 years, 63,000 US dollars per year." For 3 years immediately on the spot. And so let me just backtrack and say why I told that story. I told that story because the Sunday before we had prayer, and the Holy Spirit had said to me, ask your husband to have a big prayer meeting on a Sunday. And so he did, and he invited a guest from Canada to come in, and the guests asked us to plant seeds. And I remembered I was headed to get the envelope, and there were three amounts. And the largest one, the Holy Spirit said, get the envelope with the largest one. And so I
Hmm.
got that envelope, and we were having prayer again Monday night and Tuesday night. Monday before Caleb's interview, our son's interview, I went and I planted that seed when I went to church. And so, you know, and I began to decree and declare. The day before he got the scholarship, I decreed, I declared, I planted a seed for my children, for him. And so, to just shorten this, the next day he had the scholarship. My daughter now, She was praying. She had applied to medical school and they were taking a little while. And I said to her, I said, honey, you know how we do it. We pray, we plant a seed, we decree, we declare, we manifest. Okay, we deal with the mindset as well as the spiritual. And I'm telling you, 3 weeks ago, I said to her, the Holy Spirit said to me, tell her plant a seed while we praying. And she went and she planted that seed. And within a few days, she had heard from one medical school, they accepted her. And then
Wow.
we had consecration last week, prayer and fasting. And I reminded her, I said, honey, I said, okay, you finished with your first degree, you're home working now, waiting to go to medical school. I said, remember, we are having prayer. Remember to plant your seed. She said, okay, mom. And she went that Tuesday night, planted her seed, and Wednesday heard from another medical school that accepted her. And I'm just saying all of these things. These are some of the things that I talk to women about, that I tell them, you know something, it doesn't matter where you are in life, you can move forward. It doesn't matter what the obstacle is, you can move forward.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. So
You're
it's
welcome.
not just about, a leader that is telling people this is what you have to do and not doing the same thing. So you're living by example. And this
Yeah.
is what true leadership means, living by example, doing
Mhm.
it. And of course, you see that it's working. And then you
Yes.
pass that knowledge, down to others. And in all that you just shared, I saw how you groom your husband and groom your children, to becoming positive in their lives. And that's where positive parenting comes in, because
Yes.
as women all the time we are parents, whether
Yes.
directly or indirectly. We need to
Mhm.
begin to live by examples, allow what we preach to
Mhm.
be seen in us as
Yes.
parents, as mothers, as women, as leaders, all everywhere. Then
Yes.
I like what you talked about: praying, declaring, sowing seeds, and of course, manifesting. Sow
Yes.
seeds and manifest. So it is very, very important, out there, when you think it's only for you to pray alone, forget about also, attaching something, holding on to that prayer. I said, this is what I sow,
Yes.
into the prayer that I've prayed, and you will see it becoming a reality. Thank
Yes.
you
Yes.
so, 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 so very much. Thank you so
Yes.
much. And you
You're
talked about,
welcome.
the essence of connecting with women, because this is not far-fetched. You can't
Mhm.
get these women to actually move to become
Yes.
their best when you don't connect with them. So,
Mhm.
and it is so amazing what you're doing in the lives of women around you. And just like I
Yes.
mentioned earlier, I said, there is no how, there's nowhere anybody that will be connected to you or with you would not grow and become their best. So thank you so very much. I
Right.
can see how passionate you are about what you're doing. And I celebrate you,
Yes.
ma'am, always.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
very
you.
much for being so
Yes. You're
phenomenal.
welcome.
Thank you so very much,
You're
for
welcome. You're
helping
welcome.
this generation, our women, and of course the
Yes.
girls. All right.
Mhm.
So before we go into the next question, let's go on a quick break and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Labus TV, labor and business television, where we bring new perspective to every story. We promote awareness on events in various sectors of the economy in Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. We celebrate global leaders and personalities that have risen against all odds, making tremendous strides in countless industries. With innovative, unbiased, cutting-edge stories and global events just for you. Don't miss our exclusive interviews with world leaders and entrepreneurs as they share their inspiring stories with the world. And be sure to catch our Labor Roundtable, highlighting views on labor issues. Be sure to also grab your global labor events and business magazine, a magazine you must have. So join us here on Labus TV. This is where great conversations begin.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome back.
Thank
We've
you.
been talking to the amazing pastor, Judy Smith, who is doing phenomenal work impacting positively in the lives of women and girls around the world. And she has told us about few things that we as women need to do so we can soar. It is enough for us to keep staying, staying at a place where we have been stuck due to wrong mindsets, and of course due to our environment, due to so many things, so many factors that has stood against women over the decades, over the years. And she is one of those powerful women that has come out to say, no, you don't have to remain here. There's a whole lot waiting for you in the future. So you need to begin to move, because you can't actually get to the future when you don't move. You remain at a place, you won't get there. So she has talked about changing our mindset. Prayer is very key, but then it's not all about prayer. The Bible says prayer without works is nothing. So if you after praying, there are works that you have to put into so you can get your prayers answered, or you can see the manifestation of your prayers, I would say. She talked about when you pray, you declare, sow seeds. It's very, very important. And of course, you manifest with affirmations on a daily basis. She has said so much about parenting. She's this a complete package, I would say, when it comes to womanhood, who she is, and what she stands for. And I celebrate her always. Thank you so very much once again, ma'am, for
You're welcome.
the amazing works that you're doing. Okay,
Mm.
before we go ahead, and I want to appreciate those that has joined us. All right. We have a whole lot of people in here. Thank you so much, people, for joining us. We have, okay, let me see. Carla Gray saying, okay, is waiting. All right. I don't know what she's talking about, but thank you so very much, Carla, for joining us. We have Delaris say good morning, everyone, and special good morning to my pastor, Dr. Smith. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, and we also have, wow, all right. We have the pastor in the house, Dr. C. Clifford Smith. I know who that is. Thank you very much, sir. Say congratulations, Dr. Judy. So proud of you. Yeah, they're so proud of you. So proud of We are proud of you, ma'am. So proud
Thank
of you.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, Caroline Bethel saying proud of you, Dr. Judy. Proud of you. We are proud of her. She is so amazing. Thank you. All right. We also have Carlos saying congratulations. We congratulate and love you, Pastor Judy. Yes, let the love come in. Let the love keep showing. Yeah, thank you. All right. Awesome, Pastor Dolores saying, awesome, Pastor Judy. Great example of how we are to live as godly women. Yes, that's what we're talking about, living by examples. It is high time leaders everywhere, every platform begin to live by examples, not just telling people how to live or what to do. Live by example, show example. All right. Darrell is saying, awesome, Pastor. Congratulations again. Thank you very much. Yolanda is saying, go, Dr. Judy. Incredibly proud of you. Representing Southwest and the 248. No, I don't know. Very well. All right. I hope I understand what she did
That's the
there.
Bahamas. 242. That's the Bahamas.
Okay. All right. Thank
The
you very much. Thank
242.
you.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all the amazing congratulations. Thank you, people, for joining us. And please don't forget to share this broadcast to as many women, to as many groups out there, because women, it is time to soar. It is time for us to move to the next level. Nothing stopping us. I keep telling women we have the power within us to become the best versions of ourselves. So the
Yes.
only the only discredit or harm you would do to yourself is for you to remain at the place, not stepping out, not coming forth to be taught, because we have great women around, that are ready to coach you, to mentor you, for you to move to the next level. So
Yes.
there's nothing stopping you again. You're the only one stopping yourself. So I hope you won't do that to yourself
Right.
after seeing this powerful woman that is doing a whole lot. Okay, so ma'am, that takes us to the next question. With all that you have been doing,
Mhm.
like I say all the time, the life is not a bed of roses, and some other coaches or mentors will look at you and say, "No, man, there's a whole lot of challenges, dealing with these women." So it's not easy, to deal with these women. They have a whole lot. So can you share with us, has there ever been a time where you feel like, no, I don't think I can go on with this? The challenges, and of course, you know, that were coming in and in, trying to help these women, because you have sacrificed everything, put in your time and all of that, your resources, your books, and all. Sometimes you give out gifts, just to encourage them. Has there ever been a time due to this, challenges, you feel like, oh, I don't want to go on with this anymore? Has there ever been a time like that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that anybody who is in leadership would, because of some challenges, I don't think that any leader um, would say that they have not had any challenges or that it was a bed of roses straight through. Of course, we have challenges. And being a woman at that, I've had many challenges, but it's all about, again, mindset, determination, making decisions that, you know what, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. You have to look at the bigger picture and ask yourself, what is my mission? What's the bigger picture? And I want to send a shout out to those women. They were some of the women from my church and my connections. I just want to send a shout out to them because I'm so proud of so many of them that I've been coaching, I've been working with. Been doing extremely well. And so I love the women of God. I love the people of God so much because I don't just coach women. Their men always seem to want to get in on what we're doing. I don't let them into my women's group. But usually when I'm doing other things, they want to get in because they see what is happening to the women. Husbands see what's
Mm,
happening to their wives,
mm,
when they are connected and they are doing so well under the coaching and the training and the teachings, the seminars, the conferences, whatever you're doing, I'm doing with them. And so, I am proud. But yes, I've had many challenges, many reasons, to stop, to decide I'm not going forward. And, sadly, a lot of those challenges came from other women, not men. Um, you know, I think once a lot of men begin to see who you are and the impact that you are making, a lot of them want to support you. And I have a lot of support from women, but there are always those women who allow jealousy and, other things to cause them to want you to stop, to try to they want to try to stop you. And so I always tell the women in particular, you are unstoppable. You have to get that in your head, you have to get it in your psyche, in your mindset, that I am unstoppable. I have them say it, I am unstoppable. I will not be stopped. I will not be moved. I will not allow other persons and their negativity to cause me to stop what I am doing. Why? Because the mission is too great. Why? Because there are too many women that I have to help. There are women that I have to push over the finish line. There are women that I have to go to the back and say, no, come, walk with me. I have to push them. I have to pull some. Come from where you are. You can do better than this. You can be better than this. So I don't have time to stop. I don't have time to give up. And so one of the things I always say to people, avoid negativity. If you have persons around you, they are always trying to discourage you, they're trying to defeat you, they are trying to do all of the D's. There are a lot of D's: discourage, defeat, defy what you're doing, all of these things that they try to do. Then you detach, and sometimes we have to delete, and sometimes we have to detach from some people, because you cannot, once you get it in your mind that I am unstoppable, once you get it in your mind that I am determined to soar to the highest level that I am able to, then you will not allow yourself to be stopped. So yes, the challenges are there. Yes, the obstacles are there. I always tell people, know what those challenges are, know where they're coming from, and always work past them, work through them. That's why several of my books, I talk about pushing past the barriers, pushing through, jumping over the hurdles, breaking through the walls. What? Why? Because of where you want to go, you are determined not to allow anything or anybody to stop you from getting there.
All right, all right. So challenges, like we hear all the time, challenges are always with us. So the best thing for you and I to do is to ensure, just like the pastor has said, push through the boundaries, push
Yes.
through the walls, because there is an avenue for you out there. When you don't,
Mm-hmm.
see the challenge as if it has come to break you or it has come to end your life. Challenges is there for you to learn. Then, of
Mm-hmm.
course, just like you've mentioned, our mindset is something that needs overhaul from time to time.
Yes,
You need
yes.
to, get your mind to be aligned with what you truly want for your life.
Mm-hmm.
And amazingly, women, we are unstoppable. We are
Yeah.
unstoppable. We
Mm-hmm.
are unstoppable again and again. We are unstoppable when we discover what God has given to us, what God
Yeah.
has bestowed in our hands. And just like you rightly said, there is no
Mm-hmm.
time to stop. No
Right.
time to stop. And that's why it is very important that we attach whatever we are doing to our passion. Because if you are
Mm-hmm.
passionate about what you're doing, nothing will make you stop. Like,
Right.
the ministry which you are in, it was born out of passion, for
Mm-hmm.
women, to help women to change their life, to change everything about them, to see
Mm-hmm.
women grow and become the best that God has created them for. So it's not
Yeah.
about how much you're getting in it, but it's about the number of lives that are being impacted through your teachings, through your mentoring. Thank you so very much. Yes.
You're
So
welcome.
if you ever thought that Pastor Judy, Dr. Judy, has never had challenges or has never had times where she feel like, there are times, there came times like that, a lot of times
Yeah.
like that. But because of the mission, no stopping, no
Mm-hmm.
giving up, no giving up on you, because you must succeed. You
Yes.
must succeed. Every woman around the world, this message is for you. Let nothing stop you. Let nothing hinder you from becoming your best. Push through the boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
just like Dr. Judy has said. Push through the boundaries. And I
Mm-hmm.
celebrate your passion for this that you are
Yes.
doing. You are a
Yes.
great woman. Thank you so
Thank
very
you.
much.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
very much. And I celebrate the number of women, their lives that has been transformed through your mentoring, through your teaching, because you never
Mm-hmm.
gave up on them. Thank you.
Right.
Because, it's not easy. So many times you have some coaches that will just, I just want to get what I want to get from you, the money, and give you XYZ, tips.
Yes.
And if it doesn't work, so you face your life that way. But
Yes.
that has not been the case with you. you've been there helping, and of course to ensure that these women actually become their best. Thank you once
Yes.
again. Thank you
Yes,
once
and
again.
Mrs. Murphy, I really believe you mentioned coaches who just take monies. That is something that I really absolutely do not like. I do have paid programs and coaching, um, but I'm so determined that everybody, whether it's a free program or a paid program, I want persons to benefit. I want them to change. I want them to learn something. And that's why I push so hard, because I don't believe in persons giving me monies and they don't get anything. I really don't believe in that. And you are so right. I see a lot of coaches who do that. They just take the money, but at the end of the day, you don't get anything at all.
Hmm. So for to those coaches that are doing that, it's not going to pay at the end of the day, because these women, these people that you claim to, be helping them, to help,
Hmm.
you're claiming to help them, they should be the one to preach or to tell people to propagate
Hmm.
what you're doing. By the
Yes.
time they look into their lives and see how far they are, just like you talked about the men, oftentimes the men will feel like, no, I also want to be a part of this, because I'm seeing,
Yes.
the great works, the improvements, the transformation that has happened in the lives of these women. So I also want to be a part
Hmm.
of it. But then, bro, this is for us as women. Let's handle this.
Yes.
So you keep being there and supporting us. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you. Okay. So we are gradually taking the short one. And what would be your words of advice to women and girls out there who, those that have been listening to you, and of course deciding right now what next? What would be
Hmm.
your words of advice for them?
Okay. I think that good connections, having a good connection or good connections are very, very important. Find somebody who can really help you, someone who you can connect with, tap into, maybe look at their trainings, look at what they're doing, and get the help that you need, because it is very important um, to connect. All right, a lot of times women try to do things on their own, and a lot of times they do it either because they kind of feel stuck. They feel that, okay, there's no way out, there's nothing that I do will move me from this place to the next. And so I said at the beginning of this program, anybody can move from where they are. Anybody can move from where they are. And so you just need some help. You need somebody, and there must be somebody who is at a higher level than you. A lot of times women hang around women who are on the same level with them. And so somebody who is at the same level where you are cannot help to push you over. All right. You stay stuck with them. And so the key is connect with somebody who's ahead of you, somebody who has done some things that you have not yet done that you want to do. That's the first thing. All right. I talked about mindset. Look at where you are, look at your situation, look at who you are with, and look at where you want to go. If you do not have a perspective of who you want to be, that means you may have to read some stuff, read some books, look at some magazines, go and search for some women, because you may not be able on your own to determine that there is more, there is better, there is bigger. So look around you and look to see, read, let's go listen to some podcasts or different things, and look and see what other women are doing. And then now change your mindset and say, now I see this is what this person is doing, or this person, this is what I want to do. I want to move from where I am. And then, of course, once you determine that, Then now you try to connect with somebody. You begin to take those steps. You begin to flap your wings, okay? Now, flapping your wings at the beginning may not take you from A straight to Z, but as you flap your wings every day, and as you pray, and as you decree, like I said, as you determine in your mind and in your spirit that I want to move from here, it's going to happen. The steps may be small, but every step will get you closer to your goal. Another thing that you need to do is write down your goals. What are your goals? I say to the women I coach, put them on paper, to put them in your laptop, your computer, put them in your phone, put them somewhere where you can see them, where you don't forget about them, where you are on a regular basis going over them and looking to see, okay, have I covered this? Have I completed this? Have goals. Set goals for your life. All right. And then another thing, write down decrees and declarations, affirmations, and every day you decree those things. You look at them, you put them on your mirror, put them in areas of your home where you are constantly there. In your kitchen, you always have to get food. Put them somewhere where you are seeing them, and then you begin. Some people don't know how important it is. Mrs. Murphy, let me tell you, my husband and I were married 9+ years and couldn't have any children. We did not have any children. And so it was through prayer. It was through fasting. It was through decreeing and declaring and speaking over what it is that we wanted. When we got the revelation that this is what we need to do, then God moved. All right. And I'm not going to get into that story to really say all that happened to get us from not from me being infertile to God just manifesting two beautiful, wonderful children. But I'm just saying that these are steps that we have to take. If we want greater, yes, we can have it. But we have to make sure that in our minds, we know that. In our minds, we know that it's possible. Say to yourself, it is possible for me to be great. It is possible. And during the pandemic, my ministry was moving around, speaking here, speaking there, that type of thing. A lot of my books were paperback and that type of book. So my assistant and other persons who may have been with me helping to get books out where when I'm traveling, that type of thing. When the pandemic hit, all of that stopped. So I had to say to myself, okay, what next? Okay, I cannot travel all the places I was traveling. What next? And this is the attitude that we have to have. And so what I did, I moved everything online. I mean, everything, my books, everything became digital and all of that. I decided that everything I do is I'm going to make it digital. I'm going to go live, okay, on the platforms because we can't come together in person. And so that was a change. That was a mindset shift. And so we always have to be thinking of what can we do next. One of the things also that I always try to help our women with, because I've dealt with so many women, broken women, women who don't have monies, women who have nothing saved, women who are down and out, women who are raising children by themselves and they don't know where the next meal is coming from, where the next dollar is coming from. I say to women, honey, you can make it. You have to put in your mind that I'm going to take different steps. That's why I teach online business strategies. You can do something else. What else can you do to get up from where you are? And so it's all about taking steps. It's all about connecting with the right people. And sometimes you may have to spend a few dollars in order to get where you are, because some people, they can afford to better themselves, but a lot of times they just get stuck on not wanting to spend that money to help
Mm.
themselves to move forward. Sometimes you may have to spend that $100 to move you from point A to point, let's say point S. All
Yeah.
right. You may have to spend that money. So don't be afraid to spend money. I often say to my husband, I want to have so much money that I can just, I mean, pay for women to and children, just pay for the house, give them cars, do all these things. That is my desire to do even more than what I am
Yeah.
doing. And I think that over the years, I've done a whole lot of things because I'm a giver. I love to give. I love to help people, especially um, uh, women and girls who are down and out. I want to send more people to college. I know I'm helping with some persons, but I want to do more. And so, we have to have those desires and we have to have the passion. We have to put the steps in place. We have to connect with the right people. And then now we have to determine that I'm not staying here. I'm moving forward.
All right. Woo. Wow. Powerful words. Powerful words. Powerful words in a box. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so very much. Wow, people, I hope you were able to take down all that has been said. Take steps and connect with the right people. That's very key. Connecting with the right people. You need a coach, connect with the right one. Not just anybody out there. And set goals. She has said it again and again. Set goals and of course affirmations. Let it be part of your life. You know, Positive affirmations on a daily basis, what you want to see. And of course, she has mentioned it again that everything is possible with us,
Yeah.
for us as women. Nothing is impossible. Just like God has
Mhm.
said, with God, everything is possible. So, in as
Yes.
much as you have God and you're taking the positive steps, the right steps on the right direction, everything is possible. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, ma'am.
Yes, you're
Wow, I
welcome.
am so thrilled. Wow, I've been blessed today, honestly. I have been blessed. Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you very much.
awesome.
Because of our time, we'll quickly take uh, the next question. You know, Aside from all of this that you are doing, people know you do this, people know you do that. Aside from this, when you don't do, mentoring, talking to women and all of that, what are the fun facts about you that, some of these women never knew about that?
Yes, I love to travel. I love to travel
Mm,
and meet other persons, connecting with other women. I think that is
mm,
fun, really talking. I don't have as much time to do it, but I really love I'm one of those persons. I love, love, love to host people. And I've not been able to do that in a while, but I love just setting up beautifully and bringing, women or my friends and
mhm.
hosting them to either lunch or dinner. I love
No,
stuff like
you
that.
will host us soon.
I'm
You'll be
sorry.
hosting soon. I said you will host us
Yes.
soon.
Yes, 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 yes. One of the things that my husband and I did, we created a big room because I said, you know what, I need a huge room on my house where I can host persons, and so that is something that I really love to do. So I love to read, and I also love to write, as you know, and
Mhm,
I like to research. I'm always researching. I like to know more. I like to find out information, not just
mhm,
for
mhm.
myself, but so that I
Yeah.
can help other
Mhm,
persons. I really love that's fun for me. Now, for some people, you think, well, oh, that's not fun, but it's fun for
yeah.
me. Um,
Yeah.
you know, and another thing I like to do is the word search puzzles. Believe it or not, I love it, love it, love it. And so when I
Yeah.
have downtime, which is not off as often as I would like for it to be,
Mhm.
but we go on vacation and we do stuff like that. I have my word puzzle. I have a new book, word puzzle.
Wow.
Go through it and I love it. And then my husband and I, one of the things we do together that we really enjoy is we're always getting the Reader's Digest, and we read and to each
Mm,
other, and we go through that. It's one of those things that we love. And of course, I was sharing with our women, we have a number of these books I shared with them on wealth, because we try to
okay.
help women to get wealth. And so he and I
Mm.
do a lot of that together. And it's fun just learning more and more and more about, different things that we apply to our lives, and
Wow.
that,
Wow.
we can share with others. So they
So
are
so
some of the things
amazing.
that I love, the fun things that I love to do.
That's so amazing, so amazing. When you talk about my husband, I feel, so excited because it's not common that you see, husband and wife, flowing together, understanding each other, and all of that. And
Yes.
and I appreciate, that you are true example of leadership. You are,
Thank you.
giving all the time, and of course, people are seeing that in you. And
Yes.
I'm so happy that you still find time to do some of these things that you've talked about because, of course, as a human being, you must find time, to do other things that makes you happy so that you can
Yes.
be able to, forge ahead into your purpose and, of course, into your calling. Thank you
Yes.
once again, ma'am. Thank you
You're
very much.
welcome.
Okay, so what do you have anything coming up, like your a book
Yes.
release? Is there anything you have coming up that you want people to know about?
Yes, I do have a seminar that I have coming up on the 1st of July, a
Okay.
women's seminar where I have an awesome speaker, awesome person who will be singing,
Wow.
other things involved. So yes, and that is my one, that is my empowerment, women's empowerment seminar. I try to do
Okay.
that every year. I've not been able to do it with the pandemic the way that I want to. And so that is coming up. That is an in-person event. I didn't set that for online. And so that's coming up the 1st of July.
Okay. All right. So women empowerment seminar coming up 1st of July, you said.
Yes, Friday the 1st of July.
Okay. All right. So people
Mhm.
watch out. You want to learn more about Dr. Judy. This is one of those platforms where you can reach out. Then can
Yeah.
you tell us how people can connect with you after
hmm
here? How else can women or people, connect with
Yes,
you?
persons can connect with me on Facebook. You can send me a friend request. I think I'm just about out of being able to accept friend requests now, but
Okay.
persons can also go to Dr. Judy McIntosh-Smith. That's my business page. They can like that because I put stuff on that page as well. They can find me there. There are other, and once they connect with me on Facebook, then if they need to connect with me otherwise, that through those platforms they can see what I'm doing. Okay,
Yeah.
and then of course if they want to connect, they can also go to my website, winwithdrjudy.com. They can go there and see what's there also, and they can connect with me through my website because I have my information there where they can connect with me also.
Okay, so I hope this is correct, Dr. Judy.
Win with drjudy.com.
You said?
Win, yes, WIN, with
Okay, win. Okay.
winwithdrjudy.com.
All right.
Mhm.
Win with Dr. Judy. So you
Yeah,
can connect with Dr. Judy on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course, you can check her out on our website, Win
yes,
with Dr. Judy. We all have to win. She has
yes,
said, a whole lot, given powerful tips that ordinarily, you will pay for this, but, she has offered us, with this information free of charge. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so
you're
much, ma'am, for
welcome.
being an awesome woman, being a positive leader, a leader with example, changing the
Mhm.
narratives, changing the world, and of course, changing the lives of women around the
Yes,
world. We have been so blessed with your message. this afternoon, this
Yeah.
evening, and of course in the morning over there. So thank
Yes.
you once again. Thank you so very much for being a
You.
part of the show, and of course for wowing our audience, our viewers, with this wonderful message of hope,
Yes.
message of transformation. That every
Yes.
woman, you have something to offer. There is nothing stopping you. So it is time to soar. Stop
Yes.
moving around like chickens. I love that way you said, stop moving around like chickens. You need to,
Yes.
soar like eagles. So
Mm-hmm.
it is high time for us as women to, step up our games and begin
Yes.
to excel in every area of our life. I am
Yes.
so blessed. Thank you once again for being,
Thank you too.
a
I'm
part
really
of the
happy
show.
that you've had me. Thank you so much. It was just a
Thank you.
pleasure being with you today.
All right. It is here too. Thank you. Thank you once again. All right. So that's all we can take on today's episode of the show. Wow. It has been mind blowing. The messages has been coming like pop, 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 pop. Wow. I hope you were able to take down those powerful tips on how to win, on how to succeed, on how to scale, break through, the walls, the boundaries, whatever it is that must have been stopping you from succeeding, from excelling, from being the best that you were created to be. Because for me, I have learned new strategies to winning with no excuses. I hope that is also your story. All right, so join us same time, same channel for another interesting episode of the show. For sponsorship, advert booking, and placement, please contact us through the details that is scrolling through the bottom of the screen right now. And also, if you want to feature on the front cover or inside pages of our magazine, Global Labor Event and Business Magazine, you can also contact us with the same details that you are seeing down the screen. You can also watch us on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channels so you can get updates on our shows. And of course, please like our Facebook page to get notifications on when we go live. And of course, one more thing, follow us on Instagram. And thank you so very much for being a part of today's show. See you. Bye.